All right, let's jump right in. Today we're talking about a tool that feels almost ancient in our super digital world, and you got to trust me on this, it's more powerful than ever. We're talking about the simple act of writing things down. Seriously, let's explore how putting a pen to paper can give your brain a serious upgrade. Does this sound like you? Your brain is just full. The to-do list is a monster that never sleeps, and you feel like you're constantly just trying to stay afloat. Yeah, you're not alone. Our modern world is practically built to make us feel this way.
And this is the constant battle, isn't it? On one side, you've got the digital chaos. Ping after ping, your focus shattered into a million pieces. Just way too much information. But on the other side, that's the goal. Deep, focused thought. Real clarity. True organization. So how in the world do we get from one side to the other?
Well, the solution might actually surprise you with how simple it is. We're going to make the case that this unlikely hero, the humble notebook, is one of the most effective weapons we have against the chaos of modern life.
See, the real power here isn't just about mindlessly scribbling things down. It's about actively engaging with your ideas. The physical motion of writing actually forces your brain to slow down a bit, to process what you're thinking, and to turn those fuzzy, floating ideas into something solid you can actually see and work with. So let's get into the why of it all. What's actually happening here? What are the real, practical, and even scientific reasons this works so well? Because this isn't just a nice little habit. We're talking about a strategic upgrade for your mind.
To really get this, you have to understand a really crucial idea. Your brain, it's an amazing processor. It's built for thinking, for creating, for coming up with brilliant solutions to tricky problems.
But here's the catch. It is not a hard drive. It was never meant to store every little thought, every appointment, every single thing you need to remember. When we force it to act like a storage unit, we clog up the processor. And just like a computer, its performance just tanks.
And that's exactly where your notebook steps in. It becomes your external memory system. You're offloading all that raw data, the remembering part, to a trusted place. And what does that do? It frees up all that precious mental energy, all that processing power, so your brain can finally do what it's truly great at, coming up with the next big idea.
And get this, there's some incredible science to back this up. Cognitive neuroscientists have found that when you write by hand, you activate way more areas of your brain than when you just type on a keyboard. That physical act, the movement of your hand, the feeling of the pen on paper, it literally builds stronger neural pathways. It helps you remember better and understand things on a much deeper level.
Okay, so the theory is cool, but what about the proof? Let's pivot from the why to the who and look at how this one simple habit has been a secret weapon for some of the greatest minds in history.
I mean, just think about Leonardo da Vinci. His famous notebooks weren't just a scrapbook for his grocery lists. No way. They were his laboratory. They were the place where he could smash together ideas from art, anatomy, and engineering. Writing and sketching let him connect dots no one else even saw. And that's where his genius was born.
Or let's take a more modern example. J.K. Rowling. Before she ever typed a word of the first chapter, she had painstakingly mapped out the entire sprawling 7-book arc of Harry Potter, all in handwritten notes and charts. That incredibly complex world was built on a solid foundation of pen and paper. It was the only way she could keep it all straight.
And this isn't just for creative types, not at all. Think about the most demanding, high-stakes jobs out there. Doctors jotting down critical patient info, engineers sketching out a new design, accountants making sure every number is perfect. In fields where you absolutely cannot afford to make a mistake, the notebook is a non-negotiable tool.
Okay, so maybe you're feeling inspired. You see the power in this, but how do you actually start without it feeling like another chore? The good news is, it's so simple. Here's a blueprint you can literally start using today.
Honestly, it just comes down to 3 simple habits. First, capture everything. Just carry a small notebook with you. When an idea hits, a task, a random thought, anything, write it down right then and there. Second, clear the clutter. Spend maybe 10 minutes every day doing what's called a brain dump. Get every single thing that's swimming around in your head out and onto the page. And third, and this is crucial, review and reflect. Actually go back and read your notes. This is where you'll start to see patterns and connect the dots.
Now let's talk about the real end game here.
Because this habit is about so much more than just getting organized. It's about fundamentally changing how you approach your own future and your biggest goals.
And this really is the heart of it. An idea floating around in your head is basically a wish. It's abstract, it's fuzzy, but the moment you write it down, something powerful happens. It stops being a wish and it turns into a concrete objective. It becomes a target, something real.
So, I'll leave you with this question. This amazing tool, this external hard drive for your brain, this laboratory for your ideas, it's right there, waiting for you. The only thing left to ask is, what will you write into reality?